Hey, Tottenham fans, welcome to another video on our channel, where passion for the Spurs turns into hot news, sharp analysis, and stadium talk. And today we have behind-the-scenes information that could shake up the team's defensive structure. Even after a rejection earlier this year, Tottenham are preparing to come back with a vengeance in an attempt to sign Milan defender Fikayo Tomori. Will it happen this time? The name is well regarded internally, and the situation at the Italian club has changed. Come with me, and I'll explain the details and what could happen in the coming weeks. Tottenham is willing to make a new bid for Fikayo Tomori, Milan's 27-year-old defender. In February, the player chose to stay in Serie A, despite strong interest from the Spurs, who were looking for solutions to a defense hampered by injuries at the time. Ainge Postecoglou was facing difficulties without Christian Romero, Mickey Van Deven, and Radu Dragusin, all sidelined by physical problems. Now, with the summer transfer window officially open, the board has set its sights on the defender again, believing that the scenario may be more favorable. Johan Lang, the club's technical director, considers Tomori to be the ideal fit for the team's system. And there is a new factor in this story. Milan's coach has changed. With the arrival of Massimiliano Allegri and his preference for other names in defense, Tomori has lost his place and may welcome a return to the Premier League. The news of Tottenham's new bid for Tomori has already begun to stir things up behind the scenes in European football. According to the Times newspaper, the club's interest remains strong, and experts in the English press consider the move strategic, given the defensive fragility shown throughout last season. On social media, fans are divided. Many praise the insistence and see Tomori as a reliable defender with good ball control and physical strength. Others, however, are cautious, recalling the previous refusal and questioning whether the player is really interested in wearing the Spurs shirt. The name of Marc Guéhi from Crystal Palace also emerges as an alternative, which intensifies the debate about which profile would be most ideal for Postecoglou's system. If the negotiations with Tomori move forward, Tottenham could solve one of their main problems, the lack of defensive depth with Romero, Van Deven, and Dragusin coming off serious injuries. The board understands that they need experienced reinforcements to face the next season competitively. In addition, the fact that Allegri has made it clear that he is not counting on Tomori could speed up the process. The player, who has already played in the Premier League for Chelsea, is familiar with the pace of the English league, which would facilitate his immediate adaptation. If Milan agrees to negotiate, the next few days could be decisive, and if the deal with Marc Guéhi does not go through, Tomori will be the top priority. Tottenham is already preparing a formal offer to open talks. Fikayo Tomori is the center of attention in this possible transfer. Discovered by Chelsea, the defender earned his place at Milan with good performances and was even called up to the English national team. However, last season was not his best. Injuries and fluctuations in performance took him out of the spotlight, and the arrival of Massimiliano Allegri may represent the end of his career at the Italian club. At 27, Tomori still has plenty to offer at the highest level, and a return to the Premier League could be the ideal chance to start afresh. Tottenham sees him as a player ready to take on an immediate leading role alongside Romero. Fast, strong in the air, and with good defensive reading, he fits the profile sought by Ainge Postecoglou. It remains to be seen whether the player is willing to embrace this challenge in London after turning down the previous offer. Tottenham's renewed interest in Tomori makes perfect sense in the context of last season. The defense suffered greatly from injuries, and the team felt the effects at decisive moments. Bringing in an experienced defender who is accustomed to the European pace and still has room for improvement is a strategic choice. On the other hand, caution is needed. The initial refusal may indicate doubts on the part of the player himself about the Spurs project, and this needs to be made very clear in the talks. From a technical point of view, Tomori has quality and could raise the team's defensive level, but the negotiations need to be conducted with firmness and realism. Tottenham cannot afford to make mistakes in this transfer window. Strengthening the defense is a priority. And now I want to know, will Tomori come this time? Tottenham seems determined not to repeat the mistakes of the past, and the board is moving early to build a more competitive squad. We are keeping an eye on every step of this negotiation, so subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss any updates. There's big news coming, and you'll follow it all here with us. See you next time. Fans, we're in this together, always.